everybody, and thanks for joining Stamp with Tracy for today's Well Wednesday. Today's Well Wednesday, I am going to feature the designer series paper, Oh Holy Night, that you can be found on page 15, and it is part of the Oh Holy Night suite. Now, some of the items in the suite are currently not available to order, so you can't order the whole suite by the item number, one single item number at this time. But a lot of the items will be coming in, one in just like about 10 days or so, and another one is in mid or early November. So what's on back order that I'm going to be using tonight, I shouldn't say back order, out of stock, is the adhesive backed star trinkets, and they should be available around November 13th. A lot of times the date, they come in a little bit sooner, but they just like to be proactive and not get everybody's hopes up and have it scheduled for that time. But hopefully we can hope that it comes in sooner, because I know I'm using it on my Christmas cards. The Oh Holy Night Designer Series paper comes with 12 sheets, 2 each of double-sided designs, and that's due in next week on the 16th. Now let me show you those beautiful papers. I know I've showed them before, but they're absolutely gorgeous and they're definitely worth getting another take. So here's one sheet, and that's the back side of it. Again, you get 2 of each of these, 6 sheets, and they're double-sided. So the beautiful scenery ones, I absolutely love. And I'm going to be featuring these in my class to go as well. So today's cards will be the October class to go. Now with the class to go, you can earn for free just by placing a $40 order and using my October host code. You can also buy this class for just $20 by contacting me, and I can put the kit together and send it out to you. Now, the designer series paper on those cards for my class to go will be a little bit different because I can't get enough. I've had quite a few orders already this month, and I know I'm probably going to have a few more, so I don't have enough to do it exactly as I'm going to be showing you this evening, but it will be very similar and using that designer series paper. So I also wanted to bring to your attention something else that's going on. Today is the last day of the free shipping if you have an order of $75 or more. Now, if you want to contact me by 7 p.m. tonight and I get enough people that I have a $75 order, I'll be more than happy to put them together if you don't have a $75 order. But I cannot guarantee that. So if you really want something and you want to get the free shipping, you should place your own $75 order. And if your order is under $150, I would greatly appreciate you using the link that I'll have in today's video, as well as you can find on both my Facebook page and my group. But the October host code is P as in Paul, T as in Tom, M as in Mary, D as in David, H as in horse, C as in cat, 4, W as in water. So that's the host code, and if your order's under $150, I'd greatly appreciate you adding that to your order. It does help me out with supplies and things to continue to offer the things that I do for free, like the cards I mail to you and the class and things like that. It helps me get those supplies. So I appreciate that very much. And also, if you're a hobbyist or you thought about you wanted to do this as a business, you can get some friends together and place orders. As long as you sell $300 a quarter, you stay eligible to be a demonstrator and receive either 20 or 25% of your sales. So that's a commission of 20 or 25% that you would get off of your personal orders or get back in deferred income if you take orders from people and you use credit cards or checks and things like that. And I can explain all of that more to you if you're interested in trying this out as a business. But even as just a crafter, a hobbyist, you want to save that 20% or that 25% every time you order, feel free to sign up. Right now, the kit special for signing up that goes through the end of the month, October 31st, is getting 35% off the regular price of the starter kit, or getting 35% more in your kit. So here's how that works. 35% off of your starter kit, the price of $99, with $125 worth of merchandise that you pick out. That's one thing that's absolutely wonderful about Stampin' Up. You pick out the items that you want in your starter kit. We don't tell you what they are. Now, you do get a few business items as well, and if you don't need those, contact me and we can work out me getting those from you, or you can just pass out catalogs that you get to friends and neighbors, leave them in doctor's offices, with permission, of course, just to get your name out there and people might order from you. But that kit would only be $64.35. That is one heck of a deal. And that is with 35% off, free shipping, so you would just pay the tax. The other option is, usually you get $125 worth of merchandise. You can pick out $168 worth of merchandise of your choice. Again, that's merchandise of your choice to go in your starter kit and cost $99, and the only thing you pay is tax, not shipping. So that's a fantastic deal going on right now for signing up to be a demonstrator. And like I said, you can do it just to get your own discount, or you can do it to see about maybe starting a little business of your own. Or even if you wanted to start a big business of your own and you treat it like a full-time job. So let's get started on tonight's card. So let me show you what we're going to be using. One of the awesome things that's in the current new mini catalog that runs till the end of December is our deckled circle dies. Now you can find these, I believe it was page 65. Let me verify that real quick. Nope, 63. So on page 63, up in the right-hand corner, right here, you'll see these deckled circle dies. And that comes with 14 different size circles for layering. Absolutely love them. Now for tonight's card, I'm going to be using what I call circle number 6. I count from the inside out. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I know that's the size I need for tonight's card. They sell for $37. And again, you can find them on page 63 of the current mini catalog. I'm sure you'll be seeing those a lot in things I'll be doing in the near future. Then here are the dies, and these Night Divine dies are available. You can get the bundle along with the stamp set. I'll show you that right here. Now, I chose to just get the dies because I have so many I don't get rid of my Christmas words. So I have so many Christmas words that are appropriate to go with this set. So that was just a choice I made. Am I regretting it? Yes. I wished I had Oh Holy Night in that set and Glory to God in the Highest. I think I would really like those. And I'm probably going to end up ordering it. Might even be tonight before free shipping ends. So anyway, that bundle sells for $48.50. So you're more than halfway to your, excuse me, $75 if you decided to get that bundle this evening and place that order before 11 p.m. online tonight, or contact me by 7. Okay, so I'm going to be using just this one single die on tonight's cards, and that's the nativity scene, and I'll show you a couple of ways of doing that this evening. And I'm going to be using the star sheet of the designer series paper that I shared with you. And I ran this through my Stampin' Cut and Boss machine and cut out this circle. Now this sheet of designer series paper is I believe, let me double check real quick. I think it is 4 by 5 1/4. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. And I cut the circle down. I'd say that's probably a little bit less, maybe 3/4 of an inch. So come down about 3/4 of an inch and cut that circle out and be even from left to right. Then I have cut out the nativity scene in Night of Navy as well. I have a piece of gray granite that is 3.5 by 4 1/4. That'll work as my background here. And then I have a piece of cardstock as my card base in Night of Navy. Again, this is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I chose to put the granite gray, which is the same as the background here, for my inside of my card as well. And this would be 4 by 5 1/4. I'm also using the beautiful Night of Navy gold ribbon Now this gold ribbon also is on back order, and it should be available around October 23rd. I'm sorry, it's currently out of stock, but it will be coming back in, as well as the trinkets that we'll be using today. So let's start by getting our piece of gray granite to the back of this. So what I'm going to do is just do the top part of my designer series paper down by this circle, and just do that top portion there, just right there. So then I'm going to put this in, covering the circle. So you can use a smaller piece as long as you have enough that you're covering that circle and it's not showing outside or inside. Now, so what I'm going to do is just make a little tiny pencil mark right there. And I know that that's the bottom, and it's very, very light so that you can't even see it. And then I'm going to go ahead and adhere my nativity scene. And I want, before I lay it down, to just look at it and get it exactly where I want it. I want to come down a little bit because I don't want the bottom gray showing through. That's why I just put a little bit of adhesive on it, and if I need to, I can come back and add that with some liquid glue. Bring her up just a little bit. What I don't want is I don't want to see the gray coming through the very bottom. So there we have it. And if I wanted to, I could come back and add a little bit of glue on here, but I think I have more than enough adhesive that it's working out just fine. So the next step here is to do a piece of our Night of Navy ribbon. So I'm going to take, and you can at this point, if you want to, adhere this back on here. Right now I am just going to, you don't have to do that extra adhering because you're going to adhere the whole thing down to the front of the card base. So I am trying to get this ribbon top to bottom centered between the bottom of the nativity scene as well as the bottom of the card front. So I always like to have my adhesive going over top of my ribbon to extra hold in place. Now I'm adding this so that it does adhere to the card front. And again, it's just 1/4 of an inch smaller. There we have it. And then I'm going to take your pick tool and pick up my star and place my star right there at the center of the nativity scene. And then I also did my double oval punch that has the 2 ovals, one scalloped and one smaller to layer. But I just used the scalloped one, again, out of a scrap of Night of Navy. And I stamped it with Versamark, and then I embossed it with my white embossing powder. And I'm going to put a dimensional behind my ribbon to hold it into place better. So I just lift that and then I press down on it, and that helps to hold it into place. And then I'm going to also have a dimensional on each back side here. I don't want one in the center because then it would be popped up too high. And so the dimensionals coming through the ribbon is holding the center, and then the 2 on the other side and then we add our sentiment that we want inside of our card. And I'm not going to add those personally because I like the winner to be able to add the sentiments that they like. Because you know, on Well Wednesday, you get to take a chance of winning tonight's cards. And you do that by liking and comment on tonight's video. And again, tonight's video will have the link for the host code to place an order. So there's the first card. Now, that was really simple. Now, I probably took about, I don't know, 6 or 7 minutes explaining things in the beginning about the sale and about the demonstrator sign up to get your kit. So this card probably could be made in less than 10 minutes. Less than 10 minutes easily. And the next card is even quicker. So with this card here, what I did was I cut out one of the nativity scenes in early espresso, and I cut out one in crumb cake. Okay, then I took and snipped the shepherd off of one side, and the shepherd off of one side and the wise man off the other, and that left me just the nativity scene that I'll be able to use for another card. But on here, I also needed another sheet. So I cut that out from the dies as well. So I know I said tonight I would only be using the nativity, but I forgot about that extra sheep I cut out. Or lamb, I'm sorry. Extra shepherd, lamb, sheep. Doesn't matter, does it? So to make this card, we have a piece of crumb cake that is 8.5 by 11. I'm sorry, 8.5 by 5.5. You can tell I'm a little tired. 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. The early espresso cardstock is cut 1/4 of an inch smaller, so that's 5 1/4 by 4. And then this piece of designer series paper is cut at 5 by 3 3/4. Okay, now this designer series paper might be a little bit different for some if you get the class to go, because I won't have enough to fill everybody's, but it'll be something in these tones of brown. Some of them might have the Bethlehem City behind them. Stamp. I happen to use a retired stamp set called Hope and Peace, and I actually did think that this was still active. I thought it was carried over from last Christmas, but when I went to enter the item number, it did not come up. So I'm sorry to say I did use something that is retired, and this stamp itself is not available unless you have that stamp set from last year. Again, it was called Hope and Peace. And I stamped there and added my little trinket star to give me a beautiful card. And I know I assembled this with cutting and everything in less than 5 minutes. So basically just cutting out 2 of the nativity scenes, cutting out the designer series paper, and cutting the cardstock, and one stamp, and gluing those down, and I got this beautiful card. Now on here I did put a piece of the basic white on the inside. So these are the 2 cards that you have a chance to win. And let me show you, actually, I thought about doing one of these in white. I thought it might stand out a little bit better, and I personally do really like this. But I did get this idea from another demonstrator online, and I'm sorry, I do not have their name. I went back to look for it, and it's not in the picture that I snapped. So I can't give them credit by name, but this one here came from Jody Breckbell, who's a sideline of my upline, and she's showed this and is having it featured in one of her classes this month as well. And I fell in love with it and decided to give it a try too. And it is such a simple, easy card to make. And you could do it without designer series paper as well if you used another sheet in here. If you make a whole lot of Christmas cards like I do, I wouldn't have enough money to buy this much designer series paper. But for those special people that you want to give this nice designer series paper to, it's really an awesome card. So don't forget to both like and comment for your chance to win tonight's cards. You need to like and comment. I know a lot of you are commenting, but you're not always remembering to like, and that is important for my feed. So I do appreciate it. To be in the drawing, you do need to like and comment. Thanks again, everyone, for joining me. Don't forget, tonight is the last night for the free shipping with a $75 order or more. Contact me by 7 p.m. if you don't have a $75 order. And if I get enough to put it together, I will put an order in, and I will let you know either way whether your order's been placed or not. So contact me by text message, private message on Facebook, or give me a call or email me. And all of that information is available on all of my emails and also in my Facebook business page. Don't forget about the special. If you have any questions about wanting to get your own starter kit, I'd be more than happy to help you along with that as well. And don't forget that these 2 cards will be the class to go for the month of October. So you will get in a kit enough to make 2 of each of these for a total of 4 cards for free if you place a $40 order using my October host code. If your order is more than 40, and of course you qualify as well, but that's the minimum amount. If your order's over 150, you don't have to use my host code, but you will still earn the class. So again, that will come to you after the end of the month. I give everybody a chance to qualify. I'll get those kits made up for you and either delivered or mailed to you. Again, the designer series paper might be a little bit different because I don't have enough, if enough people do take me up on this class to go this month. So thanks again for joining me, everyone. Don't forget about all of tonight's specials. Don't hesitate to contact me for more information. And thanks so much for joining me tonight. Happy stamping.